This video is brought to you by hoodbeast.com. Design your own custom hoodies. hoodbeast.com. We are beast.
Yo, what's up guys? It's me, Exactly, back bringing you some more daily NBA news and updates. Got a couple of stories to talk about today, so let's not waste any time. Let's just get right into it. Lego. Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the most loved players in the NBA by NBA fans. He has that like Kawhi Leonard element, aura type thing. It's almost just impossible to hate the guy. And not only is he one of the most liked players, but most NBA fans also acknowledge that there will come a point in time where he is known as the best player in the NBA. How good will being the best player in the NBA at the time actually make him? Nobody knows the answer to that question. For some young up-and-coming stars, we can kind of put a ceiling on them. We kind of know how good they can become in a few years once they reach their peak. Whether it be Porzingis, Towns, Embiid, Booker, Beal, any of these young NBA players, we can kind of see the limit for them. They have a ceiling. However, that just isn't the case for Giannis Antetokounmpo. You think of Giannis when he's like 28 or 29 years old and try to imagine how great he will be. It is impossible. There's not even a player that you can point to in NBA history and say Giannis is going to be kind of like that guy. We have never seen a species of NBA or basketball player like Giannis Antetokounmpo. When you look at Giannis, you don't see a ceiling. Some people truly believe that Giannis Antetokounmpo could one day be considered the best player to have ever played the game. Some of those people are even current NBA superstars. For example, Kevin Durant did a Q&A yesterday on his YouTube channel. I would show you guys the footage, but I've heard every time you use even a second of Kevin Durant's YouTube footage that you get copyright claims, so I can't. But anyways, in that Q&A, someone asked him who his favorite player to watch in the NBA right now is, and it was Giannis Antetokounmpo. I like long athletic guys. Pause. That's just who I am. Pause again. The Greek Freak, I think, is a force, and I've never seen anything like him, and his ceiling is probably, he could end up being the best player to ever play if he really wanted to. That's pretty scary to think about, but he's by far my favorite player to watch. I was just watching the Milwaukee Bucks play against my Detroit Pistons yesterday for the preseason finale. And when I was watching Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court, it was unlike anything that I have ever seen before. When he gets into the paint and tries to fully extend his arms to dunk or do something, it's a sight to behold. It doesn't even look human. There was this one play yesterday. I mean, thankfully he missed it, because if he had made that, it would have been on SportsCenter top 10 #1, because he would have dunked on like 3 Pistons. He drove to the paint, got like halfway between the free throw line and the rim, and just stretched his arm out and tried to dunk. It was one of those plays that kind of caused you to jump back in your seat a little bit, even though he missed it, because it's like, how on earth did he do that? What did I just see? The dude has a long wingspan, no doubt about that. His wingspan is listed at 70 inches, actually the same wingspan as Kevin Durant, but you wouldn't think that he has just a 70-inch wingspan and the same wingspan of Kevin Durant if you watched him play. He can do things with this wingspan that no other player can do. Even players with longer arms still can't do. It's almost like his base wingspan. His wingspan starts off at 70 inches, but he can somehow extend them even longer if he needs to. That's what it looks like when you're watching him play. I swear the dude ate the gum fruit or something, because he's like a real life Luffy. And as for, can Giannis ever become the best player to play the game? Do I think it's possible? Of course. Like I said, the guy has no ceiling, meaning no one knows how good he could become. If a guy doesn't have a ceiling and people can't say this is how good he will be, that leaves the door open for them to one day become the best player the NBA has ever seen. Didn't these two guys have a bit of beef last year too? I swear I remember seeing or reading something about them not liking each other too much on the court. Now, I don't think it was like that serious where they actually hate each other. I just know that there is some type of history between these two players whenever they would meet on the court. And that continued yesterday too, when the Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers faced off in their final preseason game. And it started off with Joel Embiid drawing a couple of fouls on Hassan Whiteside. And after one of those fouls, Joel Embiid goes over to the Miami Heat bench, signals to them to take Hassan Whiteside out because he cannot guard him. And then the Miami Heat followed up by subbing out Hassan Whiteside.
Trash to start off, like he said in the Nets game, they can't guard me. He just pointed to the Miami Heat bench and said, get him out here, because he can't guard me. The game within the game between the two 7-footers is beginning.
That story got picked up and shared by a bunch of news outlets, and Hassan Whiteside wasn't too thrilled about it after the game. Funny how y'all don't show me telling him the same and 1 of 7 shooting, or the first 2 blocks. Y'all fanboys, I swear. That was Hassan Whiteside's response, and then some other Hassan Whiteside fan, or maybe it was a Hassan Whiteside alternate account, decided to back up Hassan Whiteside. At Joel Embiid, you funny saying someone can't guard you when you're 1 of 7. Respect at Hassan Whiteside, which Whiteside quickly responded by saying, the media won't show that. So that was Hassan Whiteside's whole argument against Joel Embiid, saying that Hassan Whiteside, he can't guard Joel Embiid. If there's one thing we know about Joel Embiid, it's that he does not back down from anyone, especially on social media. So it didn't take him too long to respond to this. Dude, they had to take you out or you would have fouled out in 5 minutes. And we're talking about preseason, not regular season. Hashtag softy. And keep caring about stats and not your team's success. Your plus minus was terrible. Hashtag softy. And neither one of these guys played well yesterday. Joel Embiid was 1 of 7 from the field for 5 points, 7 rebounds, and 15 minutes of play. Not the best game for Joel Embiid. And then Hassan Whiteside didn't play well either. 7 points on 2 of 5 shooting from the field, 3 rebounds, and 4 fouls in 11 minutes. Embiid was a plus 13 while he was on the court, and Whiteside was a minus 9. However, I don't look too much into the whole plus minus thing, especially when both players played terribly, because that just means that Joel Embiid's team was doing better than Hassan Whiteside's team, so that doesn't really mean too much to me. I guess it did mean something to Joel Embiid, that's why I had to bring it up, and he also didn't stop there. He went to post on Instagram to continue to roast Hassan Whiteside. Great way to end the preseason with a win. It's about to get real now. Thanks for all the love in Kansas. My location is extremely terrible. Location, Whiteside. Well, after all of these shots at Hassan Whiteside, Joel Embiid decided to make a joke out of it by taking a shot at another NBA player. My bad, y'all. I thought I was using my burner account. Not only was he taking shots at Hassan Whiteside, but he just had to throw a shot in there at Kevin Durant as well. If I had to pick a winner on the court yesterday between Joel Embiid and Hassan Whiteside based on their performance, I couldn't. Y'all both lost because neither one of y'all played a good game. However, if I did have to pick a winner of this Twitter beef feud thing, I guess it will go to Joel Embiid. You will notice though, in that little Twitter feud, that Hassan Whiteside mentioned Joel Embiid flopping a lot. And then you look back at the Brooklyn game as well, and you start to see a pattern. See, Joel Embiid, remember, shot 18 free throws in the 15 minutes he was in the game against the Brooklyn Nets. That is insane. He's only played 2 games so far in the preseason, and already he's beginning to make a name for himself as one of the best foul drawers in the NBA. He makes James Harden look like the dude doesn't get any calls at all. And it's not even a coincidence. This is part of Joel Embiid's plan. He plans to live at the free throw line. I'm going to live at the foul line. I know guys are going to get mad and they're going to try and be physical with me, just initiating with committing a foul. I know guys get frustrated. I know sometimes I'm in the same situation and I just want to like push the other guy back, and I feel that's what they did a lot. To know that I can get these type of calls, it's going to keep me going. So his game plan is to be extra physical, ruffle the feathers of the other players, and then when they try and be extra physical back, kind of sell the contact to the refs to get fouls and go to the free throw line. Dude is playing off basic human emotions and using it to his advantage on the court. It's smart and there is technically nothing illegal about it, but it's just one of those things that a player can do that can cause some fans just not to like them at all. It's like, at least when James Harden draws fouls, he doesn't intentionally try to make defenders or the fans upset by doing it. He just, fouls himself with the other player's body, which in turn does make people upset, but that's not his goal, is to make people upset. Embiid, on the other hand, he wants to make you upset, so once you take that aggression out on him, you get called for the foul and he gets to go to the free throw line. And I don't even think it's just gonna be based on physicality either. The dude is gonna try and get in your head. Joel Embiid is one of the most trash talking players that the NBA has to offer right now. I can see him just non-stop running his mouth into the defender's ear, trying to get in their head, trying to agitate him, so once again, they'll get frustrated, start to be extra physical with Joel Embiid so he can draw some fouls. And I can see Joel Embiid extending this to even off the court. Maybe start trash talking before games begin, after games, so he's always in their head. When they see him, they automatically go from 0 to 100. They see Joel Embiid and they see red. It's a really smart tactic. It's clever, but again, it just doesn't feel legit. It doesn't feel right, and it's gonna make some fans start to dislike Joel Embiid. At the end of the day, it is a beatable tactic though. Defenders just have to remember to keep cool, keep their head, not let Joel Embiid get to them, and don't take out your aggression so he can sell it to the official. Then again, that sounds like it'll be one of those things that's easier to say than it will be to do. Question of the daytime. You guys wanted this back so much, so I decided to bring it back for you guys. What do you think about Joel Embiid's tactics to get to the free throw line? Do you like them? Do you agree with them? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you once again for watching the video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more daily NBA videos. And until tomorrow, keep getting the Bucks, Team SDC, and I'm out of here. Peace!